So some of you have been asking me about the Milwaukee case that Darrell Brooks has. Let's talk about that. Fuel me once here, driving instructor of the world. Previous to Darrell Brooks' actions at the parade, he had about 3 weeks to a month before run over his girlfriend in Milwaukee. Run her over, then he backed up, ran her over again. So 3 times. That's there and back again, like a hobbit. So in that case, he's charged with reckless endangering someone's safety, the use of a dangerous weapon, and possession of a firearm by a felon. He's also obviously charged with breaking parole. Later, in December 2021, he was also charged in Milwaukee County for allegedly intimidating a witness. He's accused of making dozens of calls from his jail to a victim in a domestic violence case. It looks like at least 14 calls were tagged as intimidating. And in that domestic violence case, he's now charged with 5 counts of domestic violence. So he's been in trouble a lot, and he was released on only $1,000 bond just before getting out to do what he did in the parade. He should have been held for much, much more, especially given his history and trouble with the law. He's just an argumentative dude. He's just an abusive dude. And the way he argues, he constantly feels like he hasn't been heard. He constantly feels like everyone's against him. He wants to establish dominance and control, and he rages when he doesn't have it. So why does he get physical? When he feels like he's being outsmarted or out-argued. This is the way children argue. They often know they've lost, but then they're trying to teach you, well, I'm going to keep being belligerent because this is what you can expect for next time. It's the same thing he was doing, yelling grounds, even before the judge decided whether she sustained or overruled an objection. Grounds like, what are you doing, Judge? Why are you doing this? This kind of belligerence is the second most used way that children try to wear down their parents. What's the first most used way? Repetition. Asking again and again and again and again and again. Same thing Darrell Brooks does. These same 2 tactics. Why did he call witnesses? He wanted to prove out where people were wrong. Even in the long game, he wanted to show how they were wrong about him so he could, again, regain some sense of control. That was so important to me. Why he was shuffling his papers that way on the desk. He had control of the desk. Why he could build a box for it. Why he could do all these things. He wanted control. He wanted to be dominant in that course, and he never was. And he won't be the rest of his life.